Next question, the member for London North Centre.
Good morning, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Speaker, this government's new long-term care bill does nothing to assist our seniors in long-term care who need our help today. Seniors are cramped in for-profit long-term care homes that cut corners.
Stop the clock. Government side will come to order. Please restart the clock.
Thank you, Speaker. It's rather disrespectful that the members would heckle another member when we're speaking about our respected elders. Seniors are cramped in private, for-profit long-term care homes that cut corners, neglected our loved ones, and this government is doing nothing to guarantee seniors will get the care that they deserve. Instead of implementing a standard 4 hours of care per day, this government told families that they're going to have to wait 3 long years before this basic standard is met. Our precious parents and grandparents desperately need these changes, and yet this government keeps telling them to wait. How can this government tell seniors and families that they have to wait 3 long years before they'll receive 4 hours of care per day, instead of helping them right now?
Minister of Long-Term Care.
I appreciate the member's question, and I appreciate it particularly because the NDP 5 times in this legislature, Mr. Speaker, once by the leader, and most recently by the member from London Fanshawe, introduced something called the Time to Care Act, Mr. Speaker. And the Time to Care Act called for 4 hours of care for nurses and PSWs, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is something that was talked about in 2008. And, Mr. Speaker, we are the first government who not only has funded it, but also has put it into legislation. So, Mr. Speaker, given that many members, including the Leader of the Opposition and most recently the member from London Fanshawe, introduced acts to add 4 hours of care legislatively, given that we've done that, I'd ask the member, what is wrong with saying yes to 4 hours of care that you've been calling for the last 7 years?
Stop the clock. Restart the clock. Supplementary.
Speaker, I'm pleased to hear the minister admit that the NDP has been standing up for seniors since 2008. The Time to Care Act has still been something that this government has kicked down the road with no intention of implementing until 2025.
Government side, come to order.
Instead of standing up for seniors, the Premier would rather dole out taxpayer money to pad the pockets of big corporate buddies who run these for-profit homes. He's handing out more licenses for-profit long-term care homes instead of prioritizing getting our seniors the help they deserve today. Standards of care and air conditioning in the hot summer months aren't even on his radar. Time and time again, we see this Premier choose what's best for his buddies, firing up the gravy train instead of doing what's best for our parents and grandparents. Our legislature should unequivocally state that people are more important than profit, and seniors deserve an excellent quality of life.
Question.
Why is the Premier prioritizing helping his buddies in the private long-term care sector over improving the lives of our loved ones in care?
Minister of Long-Term Care.
Mr. Speaker, and I thank the member for his question. Just to correct the record, 2008 was when the previous Liberal government, which was later supported by your party, first heard about long-term care. When this was brought forward in 2020, Mr. Speaker, in this legislature, this side of the House supported it, right? But now we're turning it into a reality. But the member mentioned the question about from London North Centre mentioned the fact that what is the impediment to doing it right now? Well, Mr. Speaker, it's staffing. We need to hire 27,000 new staff, and that's why in London North Centre alone, Mr. Speaker, the member's riding, we're adding $3.6 million this year. Mr. Speaker, $22 million by the end of year 4, Mr. Speaker. We're upgrading 160 homes at Mount Hope Centre and 160 homes at Southbridge in London. So, Mr. Speaker, we're answering the member's question. We're answering with legislation, we're answering with dollars, and we're answering with a commitment to our seniors.